iPhone 13 versus iPhone 13 Pro, Mini versus Max, up to 120Hz refresh, better cameras, an extra telephoto camera with 6x zoom, autofocus ultra wide with macro mode, LiDAR scanner, ProRes photos, ProRes video coming soon, an extra DPU, 3+ hours of extra video playback, a 1TB option, and about $300. So are the extra features worth the extra cash? I'm Rene Ritchie. Thanks to CuriosityStream with Nebula for sponsoring. Hit that subscribe button and bell. It's free. I'll give you an emoji cookie and I'll help you decide between the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 13 Pro. Let's do this. I've been reviewing all 4 variants since just after Apple announced them, and the biggest difference between the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro is exactly that. Bigness. Both the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro are the same size. Both have 6.1-inch OLED displays. One goes up to 120Hz, and I'll get to that in a minute. But only the iPhone 13 has a mini option, and only the iPhone 13 Pro goes all the way to max. Now the mini is smaller, a lot smaller. 5.4 inches instead of 6.1 inches, and only about 2/3 the weight of the regular 13. It'll fit in almost any pocket, any bag, and never slow you down when you're out on the town. It is the cute little convertible sports coupe of iPhones. And the Max is bigger, like tiny tablet bigger, with a 6.7 instead of 6.1-inch display, and not quite, but close to twice as heavy as the Mini. But it'll be there for you, day in, day out, no matter what you have to do, no matter where you have to do it, like a monster 4x4, on road or off. So if you want the 6.1-inch Goldilocks size, you can go for either the iPhone 13 or the iPhone 13 Pro. But if you have a computer or tablet, and you want an old school, phone-sized phone, you're gonna have to go with the iPhone 13 and the mini variant. But if your phone is your primary computer and you need it to be all the phone that it can be, you're gonna wanna go with the iPhone 13 Pro and specifically the Max. There are also some differences in color. For the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 13 mini, you've got Starlight, which is a slightly gold silver, Midnight, which is an indigo black, blue, pink, and product red. But for the iPhone 13 Pro and the iPhone 13 Pro Max, you've only got silver, graphite, gold, and the new Sierra blue. And maybe color doesn't matter to you as much as features, but if it does, the Pros just never seem to get as many or as bright as the regulars. And speaking of brightness, the iPhone 13 is brighter this year, the same 800 nits the iPhone 12 Pro was last year, but the iPhone 13 Pro is brighter as well, 1000 nits now. They all have the same 1200 nits peak brightness for HDR, so the movie watching experience is identical. But if you use your iPhone outside and in bright light a lot, if that's important to you, the extra nits of the Pro could really come in handy. The Pro is also ProMotion now, meaning it can ramp all the way up to 120Hz for smoother, clearer scrolling and higher frame rate gaming, but also down to 48Hz for proper 24 frames per second movie watching, even 10Hz to reclaim some of that battery life for you. So, for example, the iPhone 13 Pro can stream video for 5 hours longer than the iPhone 13 non-Pro, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max just basically forever now. If you don't care about 120Hz or extra battery life, the iPhone 13 will do you fine. If you care very much though, it's Pro time. The camera system on the iPhone 13 is no slouch, especially with a much better wide angle that comes with in-body stabilization now, like last year's iPhone 12 Max. It even gets the fancy new cinematic mode for depth effect and rack focus video, which lets you shoot much closer to what you see in TVs and movies, and even edit the bokeh and focus point if you didn't nail it in camera. But the iPhone 13 Pro takes it to a whole other level. And yeah, both Pros. This year the camera systems are identical. There's a much better wide angle, an autofocus ultra wide, and a new 77mm equivalent telephoto. The ultra wide lets you shoot macros from as close as 2 centimeters now, which is legit so much fun. You can even do macro video and macro slow-mo. And the telephoto lens lets you punch into 3x zoom now. Plus it has night mode. So combined with LiDAR assisted autofocus and low light, it's just Apple's most well-rounded camera ever. And you add to that ProRes, which adds just a ton of flexibility to photo processing, and the upcoming ProRes, which will do the exact same thing for video, and it's just the most pro camera Apple shipped ever. So if you just want a pretty terrific everyday camera that takes great shots and has a bunch of fun modes to get creative with, the iPhone 13 has all of that. But if you really want the best camera with the most features, or you're an aspiring or established creative pro, you'll absolutely want to go with the iPhone 13 Pro. All the iPhone 13 variants have Apple's latest, greatest A15 Bionic chipset. It's about 10% faster than last year's, and the extra 5th GPU core on the iPhone 13 Pro, and an up to 1 terabyte storage option for just all of that media, only on the iPhone 13 Pro. So if you just don't need all that extra horsepower and storage, you'll be absolutely good with the iPhone 13. But if you want that extra GPU core or that 1 terabyte option, the iPhone 13 Pro's got you covered. In other words, if you want the mini, you have to go regular. If you want the Max, you have to go Pro. Otherwise, if you just want an iPhone, just get the iPhone 13. But if you want that better camera, that better display, and the power and capacity that go with them, you have to get the iPhone 13 Pro. And of course, Nebula, which is where I post all of my videos with no ads, no sponsors, and often with bonus and extended content, like my recent iPhone 13 review, where I had a bunch of random thoughts that didn't really fit into the YouTube structure, but fit perfectly with exactly the people who want to see them most on Nebula. And it's not just my videos, it's MKBHD's, iPhonedo, Georgia Dow, and so many more, all ad-free, sponsor-free on Nebula, and bundled in for free when you sign up with today's sponsor, curiositystream.com/Rene Ritchie, or click the link below. And right now, because you're watching this video, you can get CuriosityStream for 26% off, less than 15 bucks a year, less than the price of a fancy bag of coffee beans, for a whole entire year. And that includes their thousands of amazing documentaries and series like Season 2 of Power and Tech, where they take a look into the lives of 22 inventors and see how they work, invent, and think. It's the best way to support educational creators directly, and the best damn deal in streaming today. For over 26% off CuriosityStream, less than $15 a year, and Nebula bundled in for free. Just click the button on the screen or go to curiositystream.com/Rene Ritchie. Clicking on that button really helps out this channel, and so does hitting that playlist above for just so much more on the iPhone 13. All your questions answered. Hit that playlist, and I'll see you in the next video.